for several years. Most equipment went to other owners, while the wheel was simply left up here. Weather monitoring moved to satellites, automated towers farther down the ridge. Everyone assumed the old wheel sensors had been removed when newer systems came. But inside cabin number 27, a sealed instrument remained in place. Mechanical and independent, built to draw wind patterns on a paper trace. Every time the wheel turned freely, its rotating drum recorded speed and strain. Decades of thin lines crossed the paper, though nobody had collected them again. The newest lines were wider than the older marks below. Something about the mountain wind was starting to grow. Low voice locked at the hard rhyme roll. Wheel turns slow, but the data stays cold. Paper drum marks every gust on the ridge long before sensors went digital. Measure that width, compare that year. Crosswind stronger when the cold front's near. Check road records from the mountain pass. Truck incidents rising when the pressure drops fast. Old wheel high with the air runs clean. Perfect wide sample above the tree line green. Not more accurate than the modern array, but 60 years of history reaching is what data can say. Deep bass hit while the numbers align. Old paper records meet the satellite line. Climate trend hidden in mechanical wings. Long-term evidence makes the models read things. Don't call the wheel magic cause it turns in the gale. Counterweight balances the cabin. Still wing hits broadside brake system release. Rotation follows when resistance decrease. Don't spec the frame metal fatigue. Don't keep the move, it's just a history. Stabilize first, preserve that chart. Safety and memory both play a part. No message to fresh if it stays exact. Every bar lands with a measurable fact. To old right spinning where the bright lights died. Still collecting weather from the mountainside. Researchers scanned the paper records. Thousands of rotations became a line. Storm intensity, it slowly shifted across the wheel's mechanical lifetime. Not a sudden catastrophic warning, not a prediction of a coming end. Just a long perspective, modern sensors hadn't existed long enough to lend. Road authorities changed winter closures using both the new and older data set. Additional warning towers were installed along the paths where crosswinds gathered strength. The Ferris wheel itself was reinforced but never powered for amusement again. Its cabin stayed completely empty, turning only when conditions met the wind. Round across the hill, years become a trace. Every revolution links a pattern in its place. New machines can measure what is happening today. Old machines can sometimes show how slowly things have changed. The silent Ferris wheel, turn another season through the sky. The silent Ferris wheel, keep the older measurement. Winter closed the upper mountains, snow erased the service road. Wind moved hard across the cables of a railway long ago. I was checking weather sensors near the empty summit line when the monitoring receiver caught a pulse at regular time.
Three low tones across the valley, then a higher answering chain. Every gust above the ridgeline made the sequence start again. No car had crossed those cables for more than 30 years. Still the mountain carried something through the frozen atmosphere.
Tone across the wire, pulse across the snow. Every rising winter wind makes another signal grow. Follow where it changes, measure where it fades. Something in the old line still remembers how it was made. The forgotten frequency running down the mountainside. The forgotten frequency waking every cable in the night.
Low across the valley, high above the trees. Every frozen wire carries fragments on the breeze. The forgotten frequency,
Trace the sound and find what still remains.
Archive plans reveal the railway link for villages to summit crown. Workers rode the cars each morning before a highway reached the towns. The cables carried more than cabin bin converters ran beside the steel. Weather data across the mountain helping operators judge the wind. Each tower generated warning tones when a lateral movement crossed the line. Different notes identify tower, expecting corrosion everywhere. Most of the mechanical contacts had collapsed beneath the mountain. Never three remained almost functional, protected underneath sealed steel. The tones traveled through the old conductors. Whenever winter winds became severe, then the sequence changed completely. One repeating tone refused to clear. Tower 8 was sounding continuously, though the weather there was calm and still. Ground imagine beneath its foundation, found a fracture widening through the hill. Snow melt had entered deeper layers, and the slope was slowly starting to give. The old alarm had found a problem, no modern sensor covered yet. Deep tone, beat locked with a low line hit. All cable sings when mapping shifts. Tower A steady when the wind stays low. That's not web. Better check the low. Map that slope, scan every layer. Water in the rock makes the pressure greater. Freezing the night, thaw with the day. Small cracks widen when the seasons change. No go signal, no hidden call. Mechanical contour reacting to the wall. Steel frame tilts by a fraction degree, enough to close that old relay clean. Bass runs heavy while the crews move fast. Comparing readings with the mountain pass. Roll down valley, crosses the slide. Close it early, move traffic to the safer side. Drain the water, reduce that load. Anchor the section above the road. Install new sensors through the unstable zone. Don't depend on one old wire alone. Hard run, register every bar precise. Old engineering gives the warning. Twice once for the Babel cries. Back in the day, once for a mountain starting to give way. New tech, old tech, let the data sets meet. Different generations underneath one beat. One forgotten systems make a useful sound. Listen first, then verify the ground.
The highway closed before the snowfall. Crews redirected traffic through the east. 2 nights later, half the upper slope moved slowly 20 meters toward the trees. No houses stood beneath the failure. No vehicles remained along the road. Engineers had drained the largest channels, so movement carried less of a load.
By spring, the mountainside was stable. A reinforced route began below. Modern instruments surrounded Tower 8, tracking every movement through the stone. Cable railway stayed abandoned. There was no reason to revive the cars, but the surviving warning mechanisms entered engineering archives. Old lines in the snow, new screens in the room. Both can tell a different part of what the mountain's going through. Nothing lasts forever, nothing knows it all. Understanding grows when different kind of evidence can talk. The forgotten frequency carried farther than its makers knew. The forgotten frequency.
The forgotten frequency found another purpose breaking through. Still across the valley, signals through the cold. Something built for yesterday can still reveal what lies below. The forgotten frequency, one old tone changed what tomorrow knew. Summer open hiking route. Morning entered through the rafters of the factory abandoned by the hill. Dust had covered every kiln room since the final line had fallen still. I was cataloging machinery before the eastern buildings came apart, when a worker lifted broken flooring and revealed a row of porcelain. Every tile was painted ivory, except a narrow figure fighting gray. Human silhouettes stood side by side across the hidden floor beneath the clay. Different heights and different postures, some with aprons, some with sleeves rolled high. Hundreds stretched beneath the workshop, like the crowd that time had left behind. Shadows under white, figures under stone. Every fired outline once belonged to someone known. Underneath the factory, another picture stays, hidden from the daylight through 100 working days. Shadows beneath porcelain, figures rising through the white. Shadows beneath porcelain, workers carried forward into life. Hands that shape the clay names, years erased. Every fine silhouette still holds a human place. Shadows beneath porcelain, let the hidden workshop come alive again. Factory records listed products, dinner plates and bowls for overseas. Nothing mentioned painted silhouettes or tiles beneath the manufacturing floor. Then an archive Nearly 50 years until the factory closed its final wing. Boxes from her former office had been donated to the town. Inside were notebooks filled with outlines of the people working all around. Every sketch included initials, shift numbers, dates, and where they stood. The tiles were not anonymous, they were portraits made from everyone she knew. Shadows beneath porcelain, figures rising through the white. Shadows beneath porcelain, workers carried forward into light. Hand that shaped the clay names, years erased, every fine silhouette still holds a human place. Shadows beneath porcelain, let the hidden workshop come alive again. The earliest tile came from 62 and fewer than 100 worked the floor. Every year another group appeared as production added hundreds more. Matsuda used discarded clay and empty kiln space after weekly runs. Co-workers stood against the bright cloth screen while she traced their shadows one by one. No portraits showed the facial features, no title separated rank or trade. Managers and cleaners showed the same white clay, every outline given equal space. The company changed ownership and private projects were no longer allowed. Rather than destroy the finished tiles, workers hid them underneath the ground. Year by year they added sections whenever repairs exposed the floor, until an entire hidden population spread beneath the factory they worked for. Deep, deep voice locked, let the kiln heat rise. Gray silhouettes, but they represent lives. Shift 1 early, shift 3 late. Every little outline got a name and date. Clay gets pressed, glaze gets laid. I've got material turned into something saved. No gold frame and no gallery wall, just workers making portraits of them all. Trace those initials through employment files, match the photographs across the miles. Welder by the furnace, packer by the door, painter on the second decorating floor. Lace stays heavy, every rhyme stays tight. Low register pressure cuts through the night. No secret code to no coded plan, just people leaving proof of every working hand. Factory history usually counts what it sold, units and profit numbers written cold. These tiles count something different instead. Who stood together while the furnaces burned red? Don't lift fast, ceramic can't crack, map every section before taking it back. Humidity stable supports underneath, preserve every shadow from the hidden relief. Deep flow hits while the records combine, worker after worker returning to the line. Machines tell how all the porcelain was made. These figures tell who gave their years to the trade. Former workers came that summer, some in wheelchairs, some with children grown, walking through the empty workshop searching for the silhouettes they'd known. One man found his younger outline, made the doorway of the oldest kiln. Shoulders narrow, hair still thick, then frozen at the age of 21. A woman traced her mother's figure, fired 6 years before she had been born. Two sisters found their father beside the glazing crew from 74. Not every silhouette was identified, some employment files had disappeared, but blank labels were deliberately left. Instead of guessing names we couldn't verify, the unidentified remained again together, equals some with sleeves rolled high. Hundreds stretched beneath the workshop like a crowd that time have left behind. Shadows under white, figures under stone, every fired outline once belonged to someone known. Underneath the factory another picture stays, hidden from the daylight through 100 working days. Shadows beneath porcelain, figures rising through the white. Shadows beneath porcelain, workers carried forward into light. Hands that shape the clay names, they use erased, every fired silhouette still holds a human place. Shadows beneath porcelain, let the hidden workshop come alive again. Factor entered through the rafters of the factory abandoned by the hill. Dust had covered every kiln room since the fall down. After landslides closed the western villages, families moved and several roads were lost. The tradition changed into one giant moon. Its original meaning slowly dropped. Still the map remained across the paper, copied every year without a name. Decoration kept the old design alive long after everyone forgot the game. Railroads tight groove let the old map spin. 7 bright circles where the roads begin. Ink on the paper, line through the hill. Route got lost but the pattern stayed still. Village 1 north where the rice fields ran. Village 2 west by the old stone dam. 3 by the cedar, 4 near the stream. 5 disappeared from the modern street scheme. 6 moved uphill when the landslides came. 7 got folded into another town name. Every year painters copied that art. Nobody knew they were carrying a charge. Generation to generation brushed through clean. Old road hiding in a festival scene. No secret order, no coded crime. Just useful knowledge surviving through time. Breaks loose and the light hits stone. Old staircase suddenly isn't alone. Map lines match when the shadows fall. Lost walking route runs behind that wall. Check the survey match terrain. Tree sold path through the orchard lane. History hits with a low and drive. Tradition kept geography alive. Deep rhyme rolling while the lanterns burn. Every forgotten road gets another turn. Past ain't frozen, let the new route bloom. 7 old villages under one paper moon. Morning surveys found the ancient pathway still intact beneath the forest floor. Stone steps across the rich tarp foundations of the villages that stood before. Nothing valuable was buried there. No treasure waited underneath the ground. Only roads and walls and farming terraces. Pieces of communities once spread around. The town restored a section of the pathway. Not to rebuild everything that disappeared, but to connect the modern festival with the reason it had started all those years. 7 lanterns returned the following summer. 1 for every settlement once known. Each carried part of the original map. And at the center hung the paper moon. A tradition changes shape as generations move. Sometimes meaning fades away while patterns carry on. One unexpected night can turn the picture through, and something made for celebration can reveal what people knew. Runaway paper moon. Runaway paper moon. Light the 7 roads again. Runaway paper moon. Runaway paper moon. Rank surrounded river museum for long days beneath a silver sky. Water climbed along the garden while the doors remained secured inside. I was checking climate readings when the western gallery alarm turned red. Humidity had crossed the warning, though no leaking pipe could yet be found. Then a portrait near the staircase changed beneath the emergency light. Faded hills behind the subject slowly formed another shape in white. Underneath the painted landscape, windows surfaced through the blue. An entire hidden building was appearing underneath the view. Color under color, lines beneath the frame. Every drop of moisture makes another layer change. What we thought was finished just becoming something new. Another painted memory is breaking through. Museum after rain, hidden colors rise again. Museum after rain, second story surface through the frame. Under every landscape, under every face, another set of brushstrokes has been waiting in its place. Museum after rain, what was painted over never went away. Never went away.
Conservators close the gallery. Every canvas moved beneath controlled light. and magic found beneath 11 paintings. Older compositions sealed from sight.
One showed workers near the river, another showed a crowded market lane. One revealed a row of wooden houses missing from the city's modern name.
All were painted by one artist, Elena Moore in 1938. Known for quiet formal portraits commissioned by the wealthy of the day.
Yet beneath those polished surfaces, she had painted ordinary streets, laundry lines and dockside workers, children running barefoot through the heat. Museum after rain, hidden colors rise again. Museum after rain, second story surface through the frame. Under every landscape, under every face, another set of brushstrokes has been waiting in its place. Museum after rain, what was painted over never went away. Never went away.
Archive records changed the picture. Maury hadn't started painting for the rich. Her earliest exhibitions focused on the neighborhood beside the bridge. Then redevelopment cleared the river. Families moved beyond the central ward. Galleries stopped buying those old scenes, and portrait work became her only support.
Canvas had been difficult to purchase, so she painted over earlier art. Not to hide a coded accusation, but to keep her working life from falling apart. Still one question stayed unanswered. Why did every hidden scene align into one continuous panorama when arranged by year and design?
11 panes joined together like the windows of a moving train, showing one lost riverside community across the seasons. Before it changed, low tone, hard rhyme like a frame. That layer under layer, but the brush stays same. Scan back claws, map every seam. 11 separate works make a single street scene.
Dock on the left, market runs through school by the bridge and pin at number 2. 4 joins 5 where the roof lines meet. 8 curved shadows from the opposite street.
No coded treasure,
No secret door.
just an artist painting what she couldn't afford.
Canvas cost high, commissions paid. Old scenes disappeared when new portraits were made.
But check those edges, composition stays tight.
Every cover picture connects left to right.
Maybe she knew they'd be separated one day. Still kept the whole neighborhood running underneath the paint.
Pigment gets tested, notebooks get read. Dates match perfectly with the district ahead.
Names in the sketches,
Line up with the box.
shop signs match photographs.
Graphs stored for miles.
Deep voice riding while the evidence lands.
Art holds memory through practical hands.
Not every hidden layer was
Meant to be found.
still every brushstroke
Carry where it came from.
protect both surfaces.
Don't strip one clean.
Portrait and river
Part of the same scene.
past on the bottom.
Later life above.
Two different chapters on the canvas.
Become one. The museum faced a difficult decision, removing upper paint would cause permanent harm. Keeping every portrait fully covered would conceal the earlier panorama again. So nothing was removed.
Instead they imagined data
Built a full-scale reconstruction.
of a hidden riverside.
Visitors could stand before each portrait and watch the earlier image appear. Without a single original surface, painting sacrifice, start disappearing.
Former residents brought family albums.
Street names returned beside the art.
One woman recognized her father's bakery.
Painted near the panorama's heart. Another found a boarding house where her mother lived at 17.
Small details nobody expected.
Had survived beneath another scene. Picture under picture, years across the frame. Neither one must disappear for one to have a name. Keep the later portrait, let the hidden streets appear. Two histories can occupy the same remembered years. Museum after rain, let the buried riverside remain. Museum after rain, bring a vanished neighborhood into the frame. Under walk through the basin, marking ruins rising from the clay. Then a row of rounded objects caught the sunlight half a mile away.
Small ceramic tubes lay buried,
Each one sealed with darkened wax,
hundreds formed a curving pathway.
following an old forgotten track.
Every tube contained a letter,
Folded tightly dry inside.
names and dates from generations.
Before the valley met the top. Low water, open ground, words without a living sound. Every falling meter shows another place the reservoir closed. Letters from low water, rising from the vanished shore. Letters from low water, hands that wrote a lifetime before. Ink beneath the silent, names beneath the blue. Every empty shoreline
Brings another memory through.
letters from low water, carry up the valley, couldn't take away.
Most were ordinary messages,
Written months before the flooding came.
recipes and family recollections.
Drawings of the houses with their names.
Children wrote about the schoolyard.
Farmers listed trees beside the road.
Shopkeepers described the morning market.
Someone mapped the winter walking route.
None were meant for private delivery.
Every page began the same way.
A record for whoever found the valley.
The water disappeared one day.
The final residents had made an archive.
Knowing every building would be gone,
Instead of saving only famous stories,
they preserved the lives that carried on. Letters from low water, rising from the vanished shore. Letters from low water, hands that wrote a lifetime before. Ink beneath the silent, names beneath the blue. Every empty shoreline
brings another memory through.
letters from low water, carry what the valley couldn't take away. The ceramic trail continued northward toward the foundations of a school. There we found a circle twice as large.
Surrounding one enormous stone-lined pool.
But inside rested metal containers sealed beneath the heavy wooden frame.
Record showed no mention of the chamber.
Nothing in the project gave its name.
Careful excavation found photographs.
Recorded songs and hand-drawn maps.
Seeds collected from the valley gardens.
Labels tied around the little sack.
This had never been resistance.
To the reservoir coming change.
It was preparation for remembrance.
Built before the landscape rearranged.
But one container held a ledger.
Listing every buried message site.
More than half remained beneath the water.
Far beyond the droughts, exposed new line.
Low voice, heartbeat, let the lake bed speak. Clay cracked wide after one dry week. Tube after tube on the old road line. Wax stayed tight and protected the signs.
Zap that grid, don't pull them all. Some sit deep by the former town hall. Water comes back when the seasons turn.
Preserve what appears, let the others return. Names in the ledger, cord in the clean. 42 clusters still into the green. Not buried treasure, no fortune inside. Daily life records from before the rising tide.
Fit from the garden, song from the choir.
Sketch of a stove in a winter wood fire.
Bus route notes and a football score.
Small things matter.
When the place is north,
Deep rhyme locked while the low end pounds.
memory lives in the common sound.
History's bigger than the headline page.
It's breakfast tables from another age. Scan each letter,
Keep ownership clear.
find descendants.
Living far and near.
No rush to empty every underwater site.
Some archives can wait for another low tide.
Bass rolls heavy, every bar stays tight. Past comes up when the conditions align.
Water will rise, but the words remain.
Waiting underneath for the dry years again. Former valley families gathered at the temporary archive by the lake. Some recognized their parents' writing.
Some found names.
They hadn't heard in years.
One envelope carried my surname.
Written by a woman I'd never known.
Research traced it to my father's family.
3 generations farther back than home.
Her page described a pear tree.
Growing near the southern kitchen wall.
Every spring it's white flowers.
Covered half the garden after rainfall.
The tree was lost beneath the reservoir.
Like every orchard on that lower ground.
But inside the metal seed collection,
One small packet carried pears from town.
no guarantee remained of growing.
walk across the harbor. People fill the station square. Then the birds above the rooftops drop like stones from empty air. For a second every shadow seemed to press against the street. Windows shook without an earthquake. Concrete trembled underneath. Then the pressure disappeared. Birds climbed safely toward the blue. Traffic moved and people wondered what had passed directly through. Before the questions found an answer, every warning screen turned red. Across the city, instruments recorded something no one could predict. Wave falls down, then fades away. Numbers change from block to block, minute by minute, street by street. The ground forgets the rules beneath our feet. Gravity without warning, pulling every heartbeat to the ground. Gravity without warning, turning all the city upside down. Heavy as a mountain, weightless in a breath. Nothing stays predictable when every step can shift again. Gravity without warning, hold the center when the world won't settle down. By the afternoon the pattern widened. Northern blocks grew twice as hard to cross. Cars compressed against suspension. Elevators automatically stopped. And the southern water flowing weightless. Paper spiraled higher than the towers. Rain began to float above the pavement, hanging there like silver-colored flowers. Emergency crews marked every district. Red for heavy, white for nearly free. Movement changed with every colored boundary. No two streets behaved identically. Scientists traced the strongest readings toward a research complex underground, built beside an older geothermal station, far beneath the city's eastern ground. Gravity without warning, pulling every heartbeat to the ground. Gravity without warning, turning all the city upside down. Heavy as a mountain, weightless in a breath. Nothing stays predictable when every step can shift again. Gravity without warning, hold the center when the world won't settle down. Deep below the eastern district, cooling system struggled under strain. An experimental field generator had been powering and maintenance again. Not designed to alter gravity, not intended for a citywide effect. It measured microscopic force variations through superconducting sensors networks. But it damaged synchronization circuits and opposing fields across the grid. Every underground sensor amplified another until the whole array became unstable, shutting every unit simultaneously, wrist to wrist across the eastern line. Engineers instead began dividing the network into sections, one at a time. Above them, every careful disconnection changed the way to cross another zone. For the first time since the morning, the anomalies began moving toward control. Yeah, D voice, hard step, locked to the kick. Grid split wide, but we map that shift. Block by block and the pressure dips. Read that field when the waveform flips. No magic force from a cosmic gate. Hardware fault made the nodes resonate. Tiny effects multiplied in the chain. Feedback loop running under every lane. Cut one node, don't crash the stack. Route that load, then bring it back. Phase gets tight when the timing lands. Whole city hanging on calibrated hands. Heavy zone east, keep the transit clear. Low weight south, pull the crowd from here. Medical crews need a stable route. Map bits change when the field cuts out. Rhythm in the data, pattern in the strain. Every new reading redraws the terrain. No solo savior with a switch in hand. Hundreds on the network, make the system stand. Drop that section, watch levels fall. Next one clean, now isolate all. Final three nodes still locked below. Power reroute, let the code lines flow. Feet on the ground when the numbers align. Weight comes back on the baseline time. Hard facts hit with the low end sound. Bring every meter back to solid. instruments ran into normal marks. Rain fell cleanly to the pavement. Flags relaxed along the station wall. Birds crossed freely over office towers. Elevators answered every call. No celebration filled the control room. Everyone was far too tired for that. The city simply felt familiar. Every ordinary object had its way back. Investigations lasted through the winter. Ever since a network redesigned, independent shutdown passed what added, so no single fault could synchronize. The anomaly became a lesson written into every future plan. System built to measure tiny forces still require limits humans understand. We never notice gravity until it doesn't feel the same. A cup upon a table, shoes against the pavement, water falling through the rain. The quiet laws beneath our lives need no applause to stay. But when the world turns unfamiliar, ordinary weight can feel like home again.
Places hidden from the day. Survey teams move through the valley, mapping every newly open seam. One enormous crack behind a river led into a chamber underneath. Sunlight entered through the ceiling, split by layers deep inside the stone. Hundreds of reflected golden pathways turned the darkness into something known. Light across the walls, lines across the floor. Every moving ray reveals a little more. Stone can hold the dark for centuries away. Hidden valley come alive. Come alive. Inside the largest chamber, mineral terraces covered every side. Pools as clear as polished windows held a world of color underneath. Tiny plants grew near the openings where the narrow sunlight crossed the stone. Species shaped by scarce illumination, living in a place almost unknown. The earthquake had made a cavern, water carved it ages long before. It only opened several pathways nature previously had closed. But another crack above the river changed the underground current overnight. Water level slowly started climbing toward the newly open fields of light. Fractures of daylight cutting through the mountain deep. Fractures of daylight, waking colors underneath. Gold across the limestone, white across the blue. Every broken opening creates another point of view. Fractures of daylight, let the hidden valley come alive. Come alive. Engineers proposed a drainage tunnel before the rising pools could reach the plants. Biologists demanded careful study before construction altered
stone. Pressure in the fault where the water runs home. Crack goes east, new channel runs west. Every clean answer needs another test. Trace that flow with the markers down deep. Measure every rise while the whole town sleeps. Don't chase beauty and forget the ground. One red cave ain't worth flooding a town. Models are basing, calculate strain. Follow every route for the underground rain. Nothing no gentle where the river once ran. Spread that pressure through the water land. No hard seal when the fault line bends. Give that water with the one safe end. Protect the chamber, protect the street. Good design makes both requirements meet.
T-Pace roll when the data gets checked. Cause and evade, respect the connect. Earth made fractures, humans adapt. Not every problem needs the old world back. Light through stone, water through clay. Both need room when they choose their way. Build with the landscape, don't force that fight. Keep the valley safe and preserve that light. Work began along the western basin, where an ancient overflow had disappeared. Sediment was cleared without explosives, opening a route that once ran there. Water slowly left the inner chamber, stopping far below the fragile green. Pressure readings dropped beneath the plateau, while the pools remained completely clean. Months of aftershocks reshaped the canyon. Several beams of sunlight disappeared. Others entered through new tiny openings, painting different patterns through the year. The chamber never stayed identical. Every season altered what we knew. That became the reason for protecting not one perfect state, but what it could become. A fracture can destroy, a fracture can reveal. One line can break a road and let another world appear. Nothing stays untouched, nothing stays the same. The challenge isn't stopping change, just learning how to move with it again. Fractures of daylight pour across the canyon walls. Fractures of daylight find the hidden places when they fall. Gold across the water, silver through the stone. Every shifting opening makes another pattern of its own. Fractures of daylight, let tomorrow choose a different light. Fractures of daylight, through the darkness, through the years. Fractures of daylight, make the unseen edges reappear. Water keeps on moving, mountains rearrange. Life can find another way inside a world that never stays the same. Fractures of day. Fractures of day. Thunder rolled across the plateau before the first black clouds arrived. Static climbed along the fences, blue-white sparks began to rise. On the ridge, 12 empty towers pointed upward through the rain. Every boat that crossed the valley found those rusted frames again. I had come to map the damage for the original power survey team, but the strikes were forming angles far too regular across the screen. North to east and south to center, 4 bright lines repeated twice. Every storm redrew the pattern like a blueprint made of light. Flash across the ridge, fly through the rain. Every tower takes its turn and starts to shape again. Nothing in the clouds should draw a line that's true. Still the storm keeps tracing something hidden from our view. Blueprints of thunder, burning white across the night. Blueprints of thunder, drawing roads in electric light. Strike after strike, line after line. Every flash connects another fragment of design. Blueprints of thunder, something underneath is teaching lightning where to fly. Records call the towers abandoned, whether research from another age. Built to study storm formation, then removed from every funding page. Yet beneath the central station, copper channels cross below the stone, branching toward the 12 high towers like the roots of something overgrown. Most were broken, some were buried, several ended underneath the plain, but conductivity remained enough to shape the easiest path through rain. Then we found the older drawings, not for weather observation alone. The entire plateau had been designed as one enormous lightning diversion zone. Blueprints of thunder, burning white across the night. Blueprints of thunder, drawing roads in electric light. Strike after strike, line after line. Every flash connects another fragment of design. Blueprints of thunder, something underneath is teaching lightning where to fly. again, and then again. Engineers proposed the tower network to pull the strongest currents toward the ridge. Copper passed beneath the plateau, carried energy from every strike away. For 20 years the system guarded fields and houses underneath the hill. Then newer protection reached the district and the tower slowly became still. But recent mining near the northern slope had cut across the buried copper grid. Several paths were now disconnected, changing where the storm current could live. The pattern wasn't some forgotten signal, it revealed the damage underground. Every lightning strike became a tracer, showing where the broken paths were found.
Low voice, lock beat, thunder on the grid map. Every flash, see what the copper did. Tower 6 hot, tower 9 runs cold. Cover takes the root through the metal below. Rain hits hard, whole bridge goes white. Voltage cuts lines through the middle of night. No random dance when resistance gets low. Electricity follows where the easiest paths go. Old design buried but the function remains. Copper under stone still conducting the strain. Mining cut 3, corrosion took 4. Another charge keeps searching for another door.
Check that field with a new homestand. One damaged branch runs under that land. Don't wait around for the next storm cell. Isolate the roof before the voltage can swell. Ground that network, split that low. Build new protection by the eastern road. Tower by tower, test every line. Keep that current on the safer side. Deep base pressure, run stays tight. Hard data moving through electric night. Storm ain't evil, storm ain't kind. Energy moves by the paths it can find. Read that pattern, rebuild it clean. Old school system meets a modern machine. When the next black cloud rolls over the plain, let the towers take the thunder again. Crews arrived before the morning, temporary grounds went in that day. Northern homes received protection while the damaged branches cleared away. Instead of tearing down the towers, engineers restore the central ring. Modern sensors join the older network, tracking every current entering. Farmers watch from lower valleys as another summer storm approached. Lightning crossed the western skyline, turning midnight almost white as snow. One bolt struck the highest tower, then another hit the eastern frame. But no strange geometry followed, every current found its route again. Flash across the ridge, power through the ground. Every strike can leave a trace if someone reads the sound. What appeared chaotic carried evidence inside. The storm revealed the system that the maps had left behind. Blueprints of thunder, now the hidden network comes alive. Blueprints of thunder, every tower keeps the valley safe tonight. Strike into copper, current into stone, energy returns along a pathway built to hold. Blueprints of thunder, old design becomes tomorrow's line. Fire across the western mountain, leaving blackened cedar on the ridge. Weeks later, heavy rain uncovered a concrete door underneath the ash. I joined the county restoration team, mapping damage through the burned out zone. The entrance carried faded numbers from an agency no longer known. Beyond the door, a narrow passage dropped beneath the fractured mountain face. Rows of cabinets filled the chamber, every drawer protected in its place. According to the public record, everything inside had burned before. 37 years before this wildfire hit a building on the valley floor. Ash above and paper below, two different histories begin to show. What disappeared from every official page was waiting underneath another age. Ashes in the archive, turn another page into the light. Ashes in the archive, names survive the disappearing night. What was marked as ruin never burned away. Thousands of forgotten lines are rising in today. Ashes in the archive, every missing record changes what remains. Boxes carry school enrollment, property surveys, letters, photographs. Factory inspections, council minutes, maps with neighborhoods erased from later drafts. One entire row held applications from families displaced by a landslide zone. Official summaries claimed every household had received another permanent home. The files revealed a different outcome. Dozens waited years for promised land. Some were moved from temporary housing while their former district changed hands. Nothing hidden, there was supernatural. Nothing needed legends to explain. Just unfinished applications quietly removed from public name. Ashes in the is what remains. Carry my own surname printed near the bottom of a list. My grandmother had filed a petition for a house our family never received. I knew the stories of that winter, how they moved from room to rented room. I never knew she challenged the decision or collected evidence of what was due. Every page contained her careful writing, dates and signatures aligned in rows. Not a plea for special treatment, only proof of promises nobody closed. The final document remained unsigned, a settlement prepared but never sent. The archive file arrived that summer and officially the evidence was spent.
Low tone, lock flow, facts in the crate, dates on the page and the seals correlate. Ash on the ridge but the ink stayed clean. Whole lost chapter sitting under concrete. Every file, every parcel ID, cross every claim with the registry. No loose hype, let the hard proof land. Who got relocated, who lost their land? Old vault moved when the hillside cracked. Temporary storage never transferred back. Office burned down, everybody assumed paper went black in the records room.
Boxes stay cold in a mountain cell. No grand cover-up needed for truth to fail. Staff changed seats and departments split. One missing inventory buried all of it.
Now run that chain from the page to the street. Names turn real when the data sets meet. 38 claims never reached review. 21 families still traceable too.
Bass in my chest, let the rhyme cut deep. History ain't gone just because files sleep. Bring every record to the open daylight. Correct every line, let the old books write. No revenge flame, no fictional crown. Just finish the work that was handed down. Facts hit hard when the sequence aligns. Put the missing people back between the lines. Months of verification followed. Every document was checked against the law. Some claims had already been resolved through later programs nobody connected before. Others remain genuinely unfinished, including my grandmother's old case. Compensation couldn't give the decades back or rebuild a vanished neighborhood in place. But acknowledgement entered public records. Corrections replaced the incomplete account. The former residents received an archive. But from every document the vault it found, my family donated her petition with the final settlement beside. Not as evidence of one great victory, but proof she never stopped trying. Paper cannot hold a life, but paper can reveal who was counted, who was missed, what promises were real. Open every cabinet, let every record breathe. Truth becomes much harder to erase when everyone can read. Ashes in the archive, bring the hidden pages into light. Ashes in the archive, put the missing names where they belong tonight. What was marked as ruined still can change the page. Every overlooked decision leaves a mark beyond its age. Ashes in the archive, write the evidence, rewrite what we believe. Ashes in the archive, not to drag the years behind. Ashes in the archive, use the past to make the pre.